Hi everyone, I'm Terry, and this is the Yarnjoy podcast, episode number 101. Welcome. Okay, let's see what I've got done this week. Okay, so last week I was showing you that I was working on the Whitby blanket. It is a pattern by Lion Brand. It's free on their website, and I finished it. It was a very enjoyable pattern to do. I really enjoyed it. I worked through it really quick. It was kind of addicting, like I was telling you last week, where since I was using a mandala cake, it was kind of fun that when the stitches were easy, but it also kept your attention because of the color changing, and you always wanted to keep going to work where the next color was changing to see what it was going to look like, in other words. Anyway, I finished it. So here it is. I really like it. And it's very soft. The yarn I used is Lion Brand Cupcake in the colorway Pot of Gold is what it's called. And I used 2 cakes, and then I ran out the very last, just the edging, okay, the very last round. And the only reason I ran out is because I had gone up 1 hook size than what the pattern called for. I believe I used an I hook, and it called for an H hook. So if I would have used the H hook, then 2 cakes would have been plenty, and you would have probably had just a little bit left over. So I'm very happy with it, though. I did have the 3rd cake. Here it is. Oop, just a minute. It hooked onto my crochet hooks. Anyway, here it is. And I just used just a very small amount of the outside because I needed to continue in the blue, and that's where that color was on the outside. But anyway, what I'm saying is that if I would have used the hook size that the pattern called for, then 2 cakes would have been plenty to finish the pattern. So I really like that, because that way guaranteed that 2 cakes would have, if you have to own the 2 cakes, you have plenty to finish the whole entire pattern. So anyway, it's so soft. I really like it, and I'm definitely going to do this pattern again. Okay, so one more look. There he goes. And I did measure it, and it did come out to right at 36 inches square, and that's what the pattern said it was going to be. Yeah. So anyway, I was happy with that. And of course, now, like I said, it was 36 inches square because I went up 1 hook size. So anyway, that has to do with your tension if you're a tight crocheter or a loose crocheter. So okay, so that was works in progress. No, I'm sorry. Finished object number 1. Finished object number 2 is preemie hat number 1 for my goal of 3 preemie hats per month. And I did do another minion hat just like last week, but this is the 2nd hat. I went down a hook size to vary the size a little bit. This one turned out a little bit smaller, but I did use the same pattern. And this pattern is, let me look at my notes here. It is from Butterflies Craft Crochet, try it again. Butterfliescraftcreations.com. And I really think that it's a great pattern, written very well, and I had no trouble with it. So I recommend it. Okay, so that's preemie hat number 1 for May. So I have 2 more to make. Okay, and then let's see, what else did I get finished? Oh yes, I finished the fox. This is the pattern by Petra of Foxy Creations, and she had sent me the pattern as a pattern test, and I finished it, and so I wanted to show it to you. Here he is. I'm very happy with him. I think he turned out really cute. I did use Premier Everyday yarn in worsted, and the colorway was Bittersweet. It's the same colorway that I used on the tiger that I made a few weeks ago. Anyway, so here's the tail. I did make the large tail. She has 2 different options for the tail. Either a that's Teddy walked in. Either a large tail or a small tail, okay, and I went ahead and made the large. But anyway, I think he turned out really cute, and I'm really happy with him. Okay, so I just want to show you that this is a pattern. The original pattern was for a black sheep. This is the one and I have showed this before. This is Petra's pattern, and I think it's a great way that she's doing these patterns. The legs and the body is the same pattern, and then she just changed the tail and the shape of the head a little bit, and of course the shape of the ears, and you change the colorway and you have a totally different animal. So I think I'm really enjoying these patterns. She's got other variations that she's coming up with, and so I'm hoping she will allow me to test some other ones and see what other animals we can make out of this basic pattern that she's written. Okay, so that is finished object number 3. And that's my finished objects. So anyway, works in progress. Okay, so last week I showed you the wildlife cable afghan. Let me get the book here. It is this book. Yes, Wildlife Cable Afghans. And it is by Christine Naugle, Naugle. Anyway, I started the deer, which is this one. Same colorway as the picture, okay? And I show you how much I've done on that. I'm working on the center panel, and I got a pretty good amount of work done on it. It's come along well, I think. It's still, of course, connected to yarn, so I'm trying to pull a little bit out here so then you can see. There it is. Okay, so there is the body part. Let me back up a little of the deer. It's down at the bottom. And as you see, it's beginning to narrow right there, so it's going to be going up into the neck area on the picture. So anyway, of course, these are just markers for me to know what direction I'm going on the chart. So, but anyway, there it is. And I'm trying to weave and be good and weave in my ends as I go. These ones that are hanging, I have a stray one there. But the other ones are, of course, still connected to skeins. Yeah, I have a stray one hanging there. Anyway, I'm really enjoying it. It's really soft. The yarn that I'm using is Lion Brand Heartland in the colorway Grand Canyon. That's the main color. And then the contrasting color is Cairn Simply Soft in just white. Okay? And that is what the pattern called for, the exact yarns. Anyway, very soft. I'm enjoying the project, and it's good to, it's soft and fun to handle. In other words, as you're working, it's not scratchy on your hands or anything. It's enjoyable all the way around. So anyway, so that's works in progress number 1. Works in progress number 2 is another Afghan. Now this one I'm doing. This one will be the wildlife one. Will be a Christmas gift. Okay, the next one is the Call the Midwife blanket. Okay, so this is the first time I've ever actually made the Call the Midwife blanket. I love the TV show Call the Midwife. Love it. I've watched it. I think I've watched the whole entire series through. I think I'm on my 3rd time watching it through. And as well, I'm watching the current season. So anyway, I really enjoy the show. And here is my Call the Midwife blanket. I don't know if you can see the pattern on it very well. Let me hold this book up here. Yeah, see the pattern? It's like a filet crochet type pattern, I guess you'd say. And now I am doing it, not the original, of course, I think it shows it in the TV show, and it was white, of course, I believe. And I am using, it called for a number 3 weight yarn, so I'm using some more of my mandala cakes, and this is Wood Nymph, number 3 weight from Lion Brand, okay? So here it is. Now the original pattern, and the pattern I'm using is by littlemonkeyscrochet.com, I think. I will put in the description box below links to all the patterns that I'm talking about. in this episode. Anyway, so there it is, and like I said, I got the pattern from littlemonkeyscrochet.com, and I did actually do one more repeat. I think it says you can do you do a multiple of 16 plus 6, and I started it out, and it was just a little bit, you know, to me it was just too narrow. I mean, it would have been fine for a preemie blanket, or maybe something to put in a crib, maybe, no, not crib, like a cradle, you know, something small, maybe like a car seat blanket, but I wanted it a little bit larger or wider because with as written, it was only, mine was only coming out to be like 25 inches wide or something, barely. There is a little border that you add to it at the end, but it's not very big border, so I knew it wasn't going to get much wider, so I actually wanted it wider than that. So with one more repeat, using the multiples that she told me to use, it widens it. At least I think it gets it to be, I measured it and I forgot. Probably about, it's getting closer to 30 inches maybe wide, something like that. So a little better. Anyway, I'm enjoying it. So, and this also qualifies on the yarn bingo that Llama Mama Kayla is hosting, and there's a square on there this month's yarn bingo to make something that represents a TV show that you like. And so I'm doing the Call of the Midwife blanket. Now, yes, I got the idea from the square on the yarn bingo, but I have been wanting to make this blanket anyway. And Brenda of My Puggleful Life, here on YouTube, she came, we live in the same city, so she came over and had lunch with me last week, and we got to sit and crochet together, and we were discussing the yarn bingo, because I had printed it out, I think, and she hadn't seen it yet, for this current month. And so we were discussing what was on the squares, and so when I read that about the TV show, I was saying, I don't know what I will make. And then she said, how about the Call the Midwife blanket? And so she's the one that gave me the idea to do it. So thank you, Brenda. So anyway, that's works in progress number 2. No, yes, number 2. Okay, works in progress number 3 is I'm always looking for a scrap project, okay, to use small amounts of leftover yarn. And so I found this pattern, and it also actually qualifies for one of the yarn bingo squares because it says to create a purse, but I like the fact that it's using up some more scraps. And so I'm making this is kind of what it's going to look like. Of course, I've got lots of ends to weave in still, but it is called the Rika Colorful Crochet Clutch. And it is, I found it, well, there's a link to it on Ravelry, but it takes you to the website, and the website is called whistleandivy.com. And of course, it's one piece. This is, I'm going to unfold it and show you what it looks like when you're working on it. It's like that, okay? It's rounded at the top, and then it's straight here. And of course, look at all the ends I have to weave in. But anyway, once and it's still connected because now you use 2 strands held together as one, and I used a K hook, which is 6.5 millimeter. I think that's what it is. Anyway, so I used 2 strands. I used a main color, which is let me find it. It's this right here. That is from Joann's. It's the Big Twist yarn, Sincerely, and it's, I don't remember the name of it, Gray or Gray Heather, something like that. There's my hook stuck in it. Anyway, I had 2 big balls of it left over from other projects that I've worked on, and so I just holding them 2 strands together, and that's what my main, I thought that was a good neutral color to use for the main color. And then all these other ones are just random bright colors that I had, and you hold 2 strands together as well for that. And so what I did is I used 2 different colors, see that, for each one. okay? And I've got to go around it one more time. That's why it's still connected in a single crochet, including across the rough edge. So what I'll do is I'll get these woven in the ends and cut off, and then I will go across that edge and finish it up. And then, like I said, you fold it in thirds and you stitch up the sides to make your purse like that. Now, I'm not sure if I actually use it as a purse or I'll use it as to put some of my flat notion stuff in, you know, craft supplies. But we'll see. Anyway, I think it turned out really cute. I like it. So that works in progress number, what did I say? Number 3, yeah. Okay, and so works in progress number 4 is the Jada and Stitches 2019 calendar blanket, which is the folk art blanket, I think it's called. And last week I had shown you that I had made all the trees that need to go on it, the appliques. Well, I have them pinned on, but I've started, ooh, there goes my hook. I started sewing them on, as you can see. I think I've got about four of them connected. We've got a few more there that I need to attach. And see, let me straighten it out here. Here is the sun there, and then you've got these cluster of trees over there. So I need to go ahead and get this finished because I keep forgetting the schedule. I know she just releases, it's not like the first Friday of the month or the way it was before. It's just every 4 weeks. And so I think probably, I don't know if it'll be this Friday or the next one, but I know the next part will be coming soon, so I need to hurry up and get that stitched on there, finished, which no problem, I'll get that stitched and it'll be finished. I'll show it to you again, I guess, next week with all the ends we've woven in, all the trees stitched on. Okay, so that's works in progress number 4. Okay, so I think that's it for upcoming that I've been working on, and the things that I've finished. Well, one other thing, I'll mention it, but I'm not going to show it, is I'm working on it. I just finished a tutorial, another tutorial project, and so I was working on that piece as well. But since it's not released yet, the video for it, I'm going to wait, and I'll show it to you next week. So anyway, speaking of that, let's go on into upcoming. So upcoming is the tutorial, the stitch tutorial that I just recently made. In fact, I've got it made and it's ready to be uploaded, and the release date will be this Saturday. What is that? The 11th? Right? Yes, I had to count. So yes, 11th, May the 11th, I believe that's a Saturday. That's when it will be released. This is not an actual stitch. I mean, it's not a new stitch. It is just some color changing techniques using Grafghan. And this will be not corner to corner, but the basic, I don't know, would you call that the original, where you do the single crochets and it's a horizontal color working or whatever to make a Grafghan, I guess. Anyway, this is just some color changing techniques. So that's coming up Saturday, so be looking for that. Okay. Next upcoming, of course, I do have 2 more preemie hats to do for May, and I believe the next one I'm going to do is a little panda hat. In fact, I do have a tutorial for it. It's going to be the same pattern. It's a creamofthecropcrochet.com pattern, which they allowed me to make a tutorial on how to do the hat. And so it's the little panda bear hat. And so I'm going to make that, I think, for next week. It's super cute. The ears are 2 pom-poms, and so they're super cute. So I think I'll make that for my next preemie hat. Okay, so that's upcoming, and of course I have another one because that will be number 2, and so I'll have another one following that to get my 3 in for the month. Okay. What else is upcoming? Jada's, like I said, Jada's next section of this folk art Afghan will be upcoming soon, within a week or two, I think. There is also, I believe, Stash Buster, from the Stash Buster squares from the Unraveled Mitten. I think the square number 9 is out, I think. And so I'll be doing that one. So lots of stuff on the go, and I've got some more Christmas gifts that I've made a list that I want to get started. So just hang in there with me and see what I get into, what I make. Okay, so let's see what else. Oh, I did want to tell you about a pattern, not a pattern. Well, yeah, pattern, whatever. Another crochet along. Okay, now this I did not personally find this. I give all credit to Angelia of the Little Xenia Patch. I do belong to her Facebook group. Go over and join it. She is, I mentioned, or I commented to her that I get so many good ideas from she's always finding these great pattern links, and she always shares it with her Facebook group members. And this is one that she had shared, and so I went over and checked it out, and I was wanting to talk to you about it. So this is, like I said, it's another Stash Buster square, crochet along where you make squares, just like the one for the Unraveled Mitten. The one for Unraveled Mitten, she releases every other week, and this one is, I believe she releases a square every week. Now it started a few weeks ago, because I think there's 3 or 4 squares out already, but she's kind of leaving it up to you which squares you want to do. She just releases the square, and then it's your choice if you want to make it or just wait to the next one or whatever. If you like the design, you can use any weight yarn you want to do. Just, of course, if you want to put them together, you would want to use the same weight of yarn, so they'd be roughly the same size. But anyway, if you still have scraps and you're using your scraps up, or half used up skeins or open skeins, whatever you want to call it, if you want to work down on your stash, in other words, and you're doing the Unraveled Mitten one and you still have yarn that's like, I need more scrap projects, then check this out. You may find some squares in there that she has released that you want to do. So I just want to put it out there, let you know about it, and of course I will put a link in the description box below of where the website is. It is CraftyLittleLadybird.com, and it is called the Crafty Stash Buster Cal, C-A-L, crochet along. And like I said, I will put a link in the description box below. You can go over to the website, her website, I don't remember her name, but go over to the website and check it out and see maybe if there's some that you want to use, or some of the squares that you would like to make, or all of them. I think I'll go back and I may end up doing all of them as she releases them. I just have to make up the 3 that she's already released. But anyway, I just want to let you know about it. And let's see what else. Okay, well, the date of today, this video being released, is May the 9th, and that is my husband and my wedding anniversary. So we have been married 32 years on May the 9th, and so I just wanted to say, I love you, honey, and I'd do it all over again. So happy wedding anniversary to us. Okay, so another thing I want to tell you about, I'm sure you've been waiting. Last week I talked about that I'm going to be doing a giveaway because our subscription count has reached 4,000. Yes, 4,000. It's over 4,000 now. Getting a little closer to 4,100 or 4,100. Anyway, so in honor of that, I want to do a giveaway, and so in this video I want to announce the giveaway. If you've stuck with me throughout this long video, and I want to show you what is going to be in the giveaway box. Okay, So I'll show you that first. So I'm putting together a box. Here's the box. Okay, filling the box. And in the box, I've got some yarn. So the first thing I have is a 3-pack right there. I have it open just a little bit here so you can kind of see the color. It is got sparkle. And this is from Premier Yarns, and it is the Downton Abbey collection, the Lady Mary collection, and the color is, let me find it, it is Crimson Night. Okay, so there is the color, and there is a 3-pack of them. They are, let me find the weight. Looking for the size. Twist it around here. Oh, there it is. A number 3 weight, 290 yards, and 3 ounce. So 3 ounce skeins, okay? And let's see, next in the box is 2 skeins of this really nicely haloed yarn. And it is a, let's see, 100-gram ball, 100-gram ball. It is 80% acrylic and 20% wool, made in Turkey. It's very soft. It is called R-A-N-I-A. Rania, maybe? I don't know. But anyway, I think it's very pretty. Like I said, it's a variegated, I don't know if it's self-striping. It looked like it may be because of the long, it looks like there's kind of long color changes there. So anyway, there's 2 skeins of that will be in the giveaway. Okay. Looking to see if I can find the size, the color, I mean the weight. It doesn't say, but just by looking at it, I would think it's maybe a 4 weight, maybe. Okay, so that is in the box, the giveaway box. And then there's some more yarn in the giveaway box. This is Red Heart Boutique in Midnight. It's got sparkles, some more sparkles. This is a number 4 weight yarn, 100% acrylic, I believe. I think, let's see. Colorway is called Vista. It's like shades of green or teal, maybe, kind of gradient, I think. Let's see, what else can I tell you about it? Let's see. Oh, 2.5 ounces, 70 grams, 153 yards, and there's 2 of them. In fact, there's a pattern on here. It's not on there. I think you have to go to the Red Heart website to get it, to find it. But there's a scarf on here that's called 1942 Serenade, and it says it's on. I believe you have to go to the website to actually get the pattern. But it calls for 2 skeins or cakes or whatever, and I'm giving you 2. Okay, so that is in the box. And then the rest, let's see, I have a magazine, and this is Interweave Crochet. It is the current issue right there. And it is a nice crochet magazine. The majority of the projects in here are garments, I think. There is a bag and a few other items, but very nice looking patterns. Oop. See if I can find one to hold up. Here's a hat right there, and there's a bag that's got like color work to it right there. Anyway, so Interweave Crochet, this is a spring 2019 edition, okay, magazine. So that it will be in the box. And of course I have to include some llamas. So this is a llama note journal, spiral bound journal. It's called, it says on there, no problema. Super cute, lined, it's a lined journal. And then here is a notepad that is not lined. And it also says, this one says no drama llama. So those 2 items will be in the box. And then, now that's all that I have right now in the box, but there's room. So I'm going to include some stitch markers. I haven't made them yet, but I'm going to include some in there that I'm going to make. And also a, I believe, haven't made it yet, but what I'm thinking now is I'm going to be making a project bag and putting project bag in there as well. So that is going to be what's in the giveaway. So, so how do you enter? Well, to enter, comment down below. Well, like this video, be a subscriber. Now, in order to get this box, you have to, I'm sorry to say, you have to live in the United States only. The international shipping is just, as everybody knows, international shipping can be very pricey. And so I have to limit this to U.S. citizens. But I don't want to limit who can enter into the giveaway. So if you are someone that is out of the United States and you do win, then I will gift you a Ravelry pattern, or a Ravelry pattern gift set, I guess you'd say. You just pick your patterns and let the pattern, you know, however many patterns that you want, and but the value of them would total up to $15. Okay, so if you are international and you win, then that's what I will. That's what your prize will be. Otherwise, if United States, you will receive the box. Okay, okay. So how do you enter? Like this video. And comment below. Let's see. How about comment below what your favorite season of the year is, okay? Okay, so the giveaway will be open for 2 weeks. So on May the 23rd, which will be, I believe, my episode 103. I think that's right. So May 23rd, I will do the drawing, and during that episode, I will announce the winner of the giveaway. So good luck, everyone, and thank you so much. I mean, this giveaway is a thank you to my subscribers for subscribing to my channel, and so thank you so much, subscribers. And if you haven't subscribed, please do, and get in on the giveaway. But also, I mean, join me on my journey of making projects. I make a variety of different projects. I try to show a lot of different things in my videos, which I make weekly videos, and I do make tutorials as well, and extra videos here and there. So anyway, thank you so much, everybody, and I hope everybody has a wonderful weekend, and we will see you in the next video. Bye.